this is Tim Pierce. We're going to take a look at left-hand speed. If you click the link below, you have access to more videos in this series, and also, for all the free videos, the solo lessons not on YouTube. Thanks so much for your support, thanks for your comments, and thanks for subscribing. Let's do it! Here's the slowdown on Riff 1. It starts at fret 10 with the little finger on the first string, and then there's a pull-off down to fret 8. And then another pull-off down to fret 7. So make sure that these are strong enough so that all the notes sound equal volume. And it's just one pick stroke. And then literally you do the same thing on the second string. Just move your hand over. Once again, 10, 8, 7. So both in a row, kind of at slow tempo, but very evenly played. That's the goal, make them all even and strong, so all the notes have equal value. The next move is to pull off from 9 to 7. Move to your third finger for that. Move to the fourth string and do the same thing. So you do it on the G string, 9 to 7, and on the D string, 9 to 7. Put all these together. And then this move requires the little finger again, and it goes from 10 to 7. Bit of a reach because your hand edges over it. It has to bend pretty far over the neck back this way. One more time, really slow. Then simply slide the index finger down 2 frets to 5. And that sets it up for the end of this. So your hand slides down one pick stroke. So 10, 7, 5, and then a hammer on back up to 7. So you get 4 notes out of one pick stroke right there. And then come over to string 4, the D string, and do the hammer there too. And then roll your third finger over to finish the phrase. And play the tonic there. So, hammer on, roll. And do the whole thing really slow. 4. That time, I just chose my second finger to finish it. And it may have been that way on the demonstration, I'm not sure. One more time. 3, 4. This is a lesson on getting up to speed and getting faster. Particularly left-hand speed, but what it also became was an exercise in call and response, question and answer playing. And in this particular situation, since the primary riffs were fast, speedy riffs, I decided with each answer and each response to return to more traditional medium speed blues. And here's the first example. So I drop my hand down 2 frets. I'm here at 4 and 3 and 5. So G4, B3, and B5. And then I slide up from 5 to 8 and back down. And then I tack on that as the last piece of the riff. So. So the response is a more anchored, kind of soulful blues lick. Could have been lots of choices. Then it sets me up for playing the fast riff right afterwards. Now here's the riff going up. This time it's the index finger that starts at 10. And I'm on the E string, the low E string. And I do a hammer up to 12. Next I move over to the A string and do the same thing, hammer. And then slide up the third finger to 14 on the A string. Let's repeat that. Hammer, hammer, slide up. And if you have enough sustain on the guitar, everything should easily sound smooth and even and strong. And when you hammer, make sure it's strong enough to make the note really strong, but not so strong that you cramp up your hand at all. Kind of a medium touch should do it. Now the simple thing about what happens next is it's exactly the same 5-note phrase, but you're just in a different spot. So I move over to the D string and do it here from 12 to 14, G string 12 to 14, and then slide up to 16. Same thing. This is a very little picking. Pick here, pick here, pick here, and here. I'm going to do it really, really slow. Once again, go for smoothness, evenness, connectedness. And be solid rhythmically. 1, 2, 3, 4. Make sure it stays in tempo, regardless of what speed you're playing at. That speed or really, really slow. Make sure it stays in tempo. Now the next part is a little tricky if you're at high speed. Not so tricky if you're not. I got to squeeze my index finger in just tight right here at 15 on the B string to do the same thing in a new position. So now I'm hammering 15 to 17 on the B string and 15 to 17 on the E string. And instead of sliding up, I strike it one more time just to make the rhythmic end of this phrase complete. That's the one variation. So you do a hammer, 15 to 17 on the E string, restrike and slide up. And then end on the tonic, B string, 17, index finger. So let me do this whole thing one more time. 3, 4. Move it in. Restrike. Tonic. One more time. 3, 4. Hammer. Hammer. Slide. Hammer. Hammer. Slide. Move the index finger in. Hammer. Hammer. Restrike. Slide. And then tonic. Ending the phrase. I'll speed it up just a hair. So I'm up here, so I'm going to stay kind of in the area, and that's how this one starts. I brush across all the strings, and I do a ninth kind of up to flat third. Well, that doesn't make the most sense. A 2 up to flat 3, 9 and 2 are the same. So it's a 2 up to flat 3, bend from 14 to 15. Once again, kind of on the medium speed side. So I go 15, 14, 12, and I think I pull up right there. Yeah. So pull up from 15 to 17, play 12, and then play 15. And I finish out with. And because I'm using my third finger here at 15, I pick up the G string on 14 with my second finger. Once the index finger lands on 12, my hand is back in the regular position, and I can start doing that work with the third finger, which is more comfortable. See how that works? Back to the third, then land. Let me double check. Exactly. A little slight vibrato on the end, just shaking that note subtly. And I've got everything palm muted down here, so none of the low strings actually sound in any way. Let's see what happens next.